trying to take the loss of the land they have.
Yeah, yeah. It's at the moment, the situation in Palestine is really critical.
Yeah.
There's been like over 50,000 deaths, and the planning that Israel is doing now is like whatever's left over, we're gonna annihilate. And basically, a couple of days ago, Netanyahu announced some plan that he's got for Gaza, which is basically a really large strip of Gaza that's going to be turned into like so-called the Bay City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the Islamic? Do you know? Are you aware of like what's politically going on really, or what is it really all about? Not what just social media tells you. Have a guess.
It's mostly about religion at this point.
What's the previous wars been about?
Power.
Gas, oil. Yeah. Now I'll give you an example. So this is 1946.
Yeah.
Israel. Well, Palestine. Yeah. I won't call it Israel. It's Palestine. Yeah. And this, over the time, this is where we are now.
Yeah.
So that strip there, Gaza Strip, on the coast of that is billions of reserves of oil and gas. That's what it's about. Yeah.
See.
So already the Americans, they've already made a port, which is that's where they're going to actually start taking out the gas and oil. And unfortunately, these people that are there, they're just so-called collateral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the Islamic perspective to this? You got a couple of minutes?
I'm at my bus is in 5 minutes. I'm really
Five,
sorry.
5 minutes, no more than that. Okay. Yeah. Hamza, what's your name? Sorry. Piper. This is Piper. Just explain to her a little about Palestine.
Okay, so just like raising awareness about what's been happening recently. About 50,000 people have just been wiped off the planet. So we're just trying to shed some light about that because the media is not helping. They want to, promote their own propaganda or their own bias that they want to promote. Whereas we're saying, look at it from an objective perspective, meaning look at it from a non-biased perspective, right? And then do your own research. And wherever your research finds, then fair enough, right? So what we're doing is having people looking at academics such as Norman Finkelstein, Ilan Pape, Noam Chomsky. These people are authors. They wrote books about the issue that's happening right now, and they've been published from time ago, right? We're just, shedding a bit of light. They're also available on YouTube. You can listen to some of their lectures that they've done at university campuses, etc., where they're talking about this issue. But if you want a real deep understanding, you can look at this documentary on YouTube done by Al Jazeera called the Al Nakba.
Yeah.
Al Nakba in Arabic means the catastrophe, right? It's a 4-part documentary, right? And it just goes in detail on how it started from a letter called the Balfour Declaration. It'll go into detail further. Right? The documentary, I don't do justice to the documentary, right? It explains thoroughly how powers from the West, right, had an agreement to just give Jews who were fleeing Nazi Europe a place to live in Palestine. But there was already people living there. So this is where complications arise, where how can you give a land to someone where people are already residing there, right? And believe it or not, it's not a religious problem. It's not Muslims versus Jews. And the media will want you to think that, right? Because this land of Palestine, before 1945, guess how long this place was in peace? You can guess if you want. About 1,200 years. It's a long time. Under Islamic rule, it was completely peaceful. After 1945, when the Ottoman Empire fell, right, that's occupation of Palestine. So you just have to be a human being to recognize that women and children shouldn't be killed who are innocent, should not be killed. Right? And the UN, I think about 200 UN officials, staff, that went to report in Gaza have been killed. Right? So Israel doesn't care about international law. They protocol just as international said to stop the genocide. Right? They don't care. They keep on doing it. Right? They even said that they don't care if America supports them or not. Right? So they're rebellious. They don't care about law. They think they're above the law. Right? Whenever a government like that is around, it's dangerous for everybody. Right? So it's an illegal occupation. Okay? And the reason why we're also giving information about Islam, because you have to now think of ways of how can you, as a Muslim, I have to stand for justice.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it is, right? It doesn't matter who you are as well. If it's Rwanda, Bosnia, right? There's people in China right now in concentration camps, right? Doesn't matter where you're from. I'm supposed to stand for justice if I'm not. I don't believe I believe in the original, and I believe God will hold me accountable for my actions. So if I did not stand up for these people when I had the opportunity to do, then God will ask me, why did you not? Right? So that's why I'm here, and Islam gives a really nice fix for society. Would you agree with me that our government is corrupt? I mean, COVID was a beautiful display of that. I'm not sure if you remember when Boris Johnson and his cronies were caught having wines and crackers when I know people personally that told me that my mom passed away. I couldn't see her. She died alone. So they don't care. They don't care what people for you, and they'll have stuff like this. Like the brookies right there. The brookies right there. If the government had your best interest, it wouldn't promote something like that. Because gambling, right, it has so many issues that go with it, right? It is more harm than good, right? The idea that there's more promoted rundown areas where there's higher chance of homeless people coming in, betting, getting themselves in debt, right? Because they're already low in money, so they've been given a false promise that they might get out of their situation. With Islam says that don't gamble, right? Don't drink alcohol. Medically speaking, it's not good for you, right? It can give you kidney failure, liver cirrhosis, right? It's bad for your health. Socially speaking, it can bring complications as well. So Islam says, remove these kind of things from society, right? To bring the best out of people, if that makes sense, right? Same with justice. In Islam, there's a whole system on how to handle when two people are fighting, how to make a peaceful solution, right? And whether one side likes it or not doesn't matter, because now you are implementing justice. Hopefully that makes a bit of sense.
It does, yeah.
Do you know anything about Islam in particular?
Only from high school, really.
Okay. What did you learn in high school about it? I know I put you on the spot.
Gosh. You really put me. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's alright. We believe that Islam is a concept, it's monotheistic faith. Meaning that it's only one, right? But it's not based on faith. It's based on reason, rationality, and logic. Right? Logically speaking, it makes sense. That's why we say we believe in God. We don't believe in God we don't believe he's a man or a woman, right? We believe he's above his creation, right? We don't believe that he is something that could be overcome, right? We believe he's independent, one thing, right? And that's the Islamic concept of God, right? So I'm not sure if you're in a rush or not. I know. I saw you check your phone, so I'm just gonna give you one of these.
Yep.
You can have a look at that.
Thank you. I'll watch the videos as well.
We're here every Saturday if you have any questions.